I was officiating a memorial service, a celebration of life, a funeral service just a few days ago, and watched a person. They were standing in like a receiving line or a processional line, and I was watching them because they kept glancing over at me. I was standing at the head of the casket, and this person stood in line. They waited and waited their turn or whatever. And finally, when they got to the front, they peeled off to the left to come speak to me, and I thought it was kind that they would make such an effort. And we just renewed acquaintances. And like our youngest child was about the age of their oldest child. Our kids were in school together. They were here in the church. We did some mission work together and stuff. And I just made the comment. I said, we did life together. And this person said, yes, we did. It was another memorial service funeral. And there were adult men, two sons. They were part of our original youth group way back in the day. And they made the comment to me. They said, we did life together. I said, yeah, we did life together. If you want to know what it is to do life together as a person of faith, as a believing Jesus follower, as a Christian, you can go back to Acts chapter 2, verses 42 to 47. That's Acts 2, 42 to 47. Also, Acts 4, 32 to 37. Acts 4, 32 to 37. And look how life in the early church was described. They cared for one another. They met needs. They practiced generosity. They practiced hospitality. They ate together. They were glad. They had sincere hearts, glad hearts. Bottom line is they did life together. And you know what? The Christian life was never intended to be done alone. In fact, I go back to that. I mentioned it a few days ago in the Vesper. Colossians chapter 4. Before Paul says, pray for me, Paul says, pray for us. A few days ago in a Vesper, the disciples didn't say to Jesus, Lord, increase my faith. They said, Lord, increase our faith. Life together is life in the plural. So let me just encourage you to find yourself within the fold, the household of God, in a group, in a class, plugged in, serving with faithful people. And I might want to make you a promise. There's absolutely nothing like doing life together. It's a blessing and it's an encouragement. Hope you've had a wonderful day. God bless you. Have a good evening.